Hi guys, it's me Beata from horoscopesandreadings.com, and today I would like to talk about Lilith in relationship astrology, Lilith in Synastry. Well, if you are familiar with astrology, especially with Synastry, you might or you might not have ever heard about Lilith. Well, I believe Lilith is very underrated when it comes to general readings of your natal chart or even synastry chart. Most astrologers don't work with Lilith. Most astrologers don't use Lilith in their compatibility horoscope, and it's such a shame because in this video it will be sort of introduction. I will tell you what Lilith represents in synastry and also in natal chart, and how impactful can Lilith be in your relationship. Okay, now for these purposes I'm gonna show you symbol of Lilith because there is actually few Liliths, but I want you to focus on this one, so take a look. So we all have Lilith somewhere in our birth chart. Lilith is placed in one of our 12 houses, and also, Lilith typically makes some aspects to our planets. Now, Lilith is known to be that bitch in all of us. We all have something which is a little bit off or a little bit too much for other people. And this is what Lilith represents. If you have hard aspects to your Lilith in your natal chart, you are the person who is very independent and who has decided that will stay true to yourself. This can really be a tough one because typically other people are very much opinionated about you and about everyone else, and how you should live your life. If you have hard contacts of Lilith in your natal chart, you might feel sometimes that you are a loner wolf or somehow, like you are outcast. But what really matters to you is to stay true to yourself. So it is really that dark hidden theme in all of us, and if you have hard aspects, you feel the effect of Lilith very much. For instance, I have a few hard contacts of Lilith in my natal chart, and I have been struggling with this whole my life, and I really didn't know where does this come from, because my whole chart is there are some minuses and pluses as everyone has it, but I didn't know how I so crave to stay true to myself, to follow my unique path, even though there were opinions, and for most of my life I felt lonely because I really felt like no one gets me, and this is what Lilith does. You might feel lonely, but if you find your true purpose and you will stick to it, you can benefit so much from it, despite of other people and their opinions. So when it comes to synastry, first of all, I have to tell you that it is really hard aspect what will be felt. So if you have in synastry hard aspects with your Lilith and someone else's personal planet, it will be felt. Now, as usually, because people are typically asking me who feels the effect. So once again, it is personal planet who feels the effect. So for example, you have your Venus squaring someone else's Lilith in synastry. It will be you, Venus person, who will feel the effect. Lilith person will be much more unaware what is going on between you two, because Lilith really operates in this case like outer planet. It is really a Lilith person who is bringing that stuff or is triggering you very much, but it is really personal planet who feels it the most and who will act out on it. Okay. Now, in this video, I will not dig deep into aspects, but if requested, it will be my pleasure to cover also aspects from Lilith to personal planets in some other videos. I get asked quite often, where does the obsession in synastry or in relationship astrology comes from? Well, in my opinion, there are two things which are the most important when it comes to obsession in synastry. First, you are guessing right, it's Pluto. So if we have some hard contacts in synastry between Pluto and our personal planets, that is the obsession. Personal planet person becomes very obsessed about Pluto person and can really act, very wildly and crazy when it comes to Pluto person. Another important thing which has to be checked and is very important and has to be considered is Lilith. So it is really Lilith that is responsible for all obsession. And trust me on this, that if you check your maybe previous relationships or synastry with people with whom you have been obsessed, you will get it, because Lilith is always present when it comes to obsession. Lilith is really there to make people go crazy, to make crazy things, to make people go insane. Lilith cannot get enough. Lilith is very greedy and really can ruin even your life or your relationship, because there is indeed that not maybe well-known part or side of Lilith that is very destructive. And when we have these hard aspects in synastry, these relationships are sometimes very difficult, and it's because of nature of Lilith, because Lilith is very greedy, can be very sexually demanding, sexually greedy, but really Lilith is taking this relationship not on the edge, but really it will make you go crazy. So when I do readings and I see people who are very much obsessed about their partner, Lilith is always involved. As always, there is a reason why is Lilith present in your synastry in the first place. What I see in my practice is that Lilith is present when there are still some issues which need to be resolved on personal planet person's side. So if you are the person who has hard contacts of Lilith in your natal chart, then you are very naturally drawn to people with whom you will create hard contacts of Lilith. So there are still themes you need to work out together, and that person, that Lilith person, is your greatest teacher in this case and can really teach you valuable lessons, if you are ready to listen, of course. So this topic of Lilith is really huge. I know that Lilith has very bad reputation in overall astrology, and astrologers typically don't deal with Lilith, but really what you should remember from this video is that Lilith is responsible for all the obsession in synastry and in relationship astrology, of course together with Pluto, but from my practice, I can tell you that if I see some hard Pluto contacts in Synastry, I can tell you that it's like 9 cases out of 10 there is always Lilith involved. You know, it can be or it is person or planet person who will suffer from this relationship, who will be obsessed, but you know, it is not just that healthy obsession, but it is very unhealthy attachment, or you know, you will feel like you really cannot live without this person. Soft aspects are very different, can be even very welcome, because it really brings that sexual attraction to relationship and sort of independence, and you know, there is just enough drama. With Lilith aspects, drama is always present, but if you have soft aspects, it is just enough drama, flavor, spiciness, so it is very welcome. Okay, so guys, I will probably leave this video here. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. And if you like my channel, you can subscribe to it so we can grow our audience. You can visit my website horoscopesandreadings.com and check my services. My prices are very affordable for everyone, and I can prepare for you many types of horoscopes. See you next week.